YouTube, what up? We got our fourth pick of the week. We are riding with the hot hand. The New Orleans Saints, -3 at +100. I know a lot of you guys might have got this number at 2.5. I decided to take it at the -3 and get the +100 instead of laying on 10. To each his own, whatever number. Both numbers are great. So I like the Saints. I think they're actually legit. I'm starting to buy into them. Derek Carr has been playing unbelievable. They have a new OC. They look like a totally different team under this new OC. A lot more under center, setting up some good play actions. It seems like they know what they're doing. They're running the ball well. Kamara's been killing it. Look, week 1 was a joke. They played the Carolina Panthers, who's not a real football team. Week 2, they played who I consider a very real football team in the Dallas Cowboys, and they beat the shit out of them. Whenever you beat the Cowboys like that, it's like, okay, that's a real team. Say what we want about the Cowboys, make fun of them. They hadn't lost a game in that stadium in the regular season, I think in like 14 straight games, and the Saints just took their lunch money and beat the shit out of them. I'm a believer. I think the offense obviously looks unbelievable. The defense, I think, is really, really good. When you look at their roster as a whole, I think pretty much everybody that starts for them, aside from, I think, one rookie on offense, the offensive tackle from, I think it was Oregon State, they pretty much have the same roster as last year, so that team is very familiar with each other. They know how to play with each other well, and if you look at stats last year, they should have made the playoffs. They were just unfortunate and got unlucky that the Bucks, I think it was a tiebreaker. Bucks had a tiebreaker or some shit. The Saints were the better team last year. They deserve a shot at the playoffs. So they're looked at as a shittier team than they should be. They should be looked at as a playoff team. And they're showing just that this year and then some. So they're doing way better than anybody really would have expected. And I am bought in because, not just because they're the way the scores look, but you watch the games, they're winning based on skill, not luck. They look very, very good on both sides of the football. The Philadelphia Eagles, on the other hand, they had one game where they put up a lot of points, another game where they didn't really seem, I don't know, they just didn't seem to be in character too well. We all saw how that Falcons game played out on Monday Night Football. I'm not saying I think the Eagles are a bad team or nothing like that. It's more so that I'm just a believer in the Saints. And I think this line is putting them as equal teams. I disagree with that. I think the Saints are a decent amount better than the Eagles. The Eagles, I think, still get a lot of this. It's just like good branding attached to them when it comes to the books. I mean, even when they were on that skid last year, I remember them consistently getting respect and being favorites in these games. And I think people, bookmakers, whatever it is, the market, they're just kind of married to Jalen Hurts and the Eagles and the fact that they went to the Super Bowl the year before last. I still think and he had that great regular season record. I still think they're kind of holding on to that a little bit too much. Shane Steichen was the OC when that went down, and he hasn't been there in over a year. He's with the Colts now, and I don't think that team has looked the same since Shane Steichen has left. I'm just expecting it to eventually spiral a little bit and continue to go to the downside. I'm just not a believer. I am very skeptical of Jalen Hurts' ability to be effective because it seems like D coordinators have started to figure him out, and he's no longer this threat. Last week was the first week in a while where I felt like he had a run where he looked fast. For a while, I've been like, where did this guy's speed go? He looked very slow. Even week 1, I wasn't impressed, but he looked a little better in that department last week. Even so, though, I'm not sold on the Eagles, and I believe A.J. Brown is expected to miss a little bit of time. So Jalen, without his best receiving weapon, very skeptical of this team. With all that being said, we are riding with the Saints, -3, +100, 1 unit. A unit is 1% of your bankroll. Bet responsibly. You never have to take my picks. Never bet more than you can afford to lose. And that's it. Till the next one, boys. Peace.